Wrestling fans, when we think about the greatest superstars in SmackDown Live history, what makes them the greatest superstar in SmackDown Live history, what comes to mind? Tremendous rivalries, epic moments, someone that we organically get invested in. So we tune in to see them each and every Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday night, whichever night the show has fell on over the past 19 years. Right, wrestling fans? On this show, we are going to go over my top 5 greatest superstars in SmackDown Live history. The ones that stood out over all the rest, kept us in tune, kept us eager for more each and every week over the last 19 years. We're going to be going over that right here today on podcast. First off, you all know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a like, share, leave a comment down below as well. Let me know your top 5 greatest superstars in SmackDown Live history, SmackDown history, whichever one you want to call it before it was SmackDown Live. Let me know who you think the top 5 are down below. Be much appreciated. I want to know what you all think. But now, my top 5 greatest of all time. Coming in at number 5 really is a toss-up. It could be one or the other, AJ Styles or The Miz. Now, some of you might be asking me, why are you putting these two superstars as the top 5? Let's be honest here. Of the new generation of this era, who are the 2 superstars that we genuinely get invested in the most to tune in each and every week? AJ Styles and The Miz. AJ Styles, over the past year and a half, 2 years, he's one of the main reasons why we tune in. His work with Shinsuke Nakamura, absolutely fantastic. Samoa Joe, absolutely fantastic. What he did as a heel with John Cena and Dean Ambrose, hey, WWE champion the first time around, he gave us a reason to tune in each and every Tuesday night for SmackDown Live. No question, he deserves to be on this list when it comes to this era of SmackDown. The Miz, also self-explanatory when it comes to this era of wrestling for SmackDown Live. When you look at his work with Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler, just to name 2 rivalries there alone. Dolph Ziggler and The Miz, he brought Dolph Ziggler to a rivalry out of the gutters. Dolph Ziggler was in the gutters drowning in the WWE. And when he got in that rivalry with The Miz over the Intercontinental Championship on SmackDown Live, that was some epic work between those 2. The Miz, Daniel Bryan, when Daniel Bryan was general manager, fantastic work on Talking Smack. And that has carried over to what they are doing today. Another reason why we all are tuning in to wrestling right now on Tuesday nights. Self-explanatory. Coming in next, number 4 is ding, 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 ding. JBL. John Bradshaw, Layfield. I know to some of you wrestling fans that is an unpopular decision. To some of you, you might like it. Look, when you talk about John Bradshaw, Layfield, you talk about the longest reigning WWE champion on Smackdown, or as they called it, the longest reigning Smackdown champion in history. His work with Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, The Undertaker during his championship reign, absolutely awesome. You know, it was a fantastic run with him as WWE champion. Plus, his work when he took the United States Championship from John Cena and lit it on fire when it was the spinner belt. That was a great work as well. He had a fantastic run as a competitor on SmackDown. Then, when he came and he was part of the broadcast team with Michael Cole, you know, I really enjoyed his work as a broadcaster as well. Him being that heel broadcaster. Now, that was before he turned into more of a corporate broadcast journalist the second time around. His first time around as a broadcaster, fantastic over on SmackDown. Really enjoyed it. So, JBL definitely deserves to be on this list. Coming in at number 3. Dun, 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 dun. On this day, I see clearly. Edge comes in at number 3. Hey, some of you might argue this point because Edge was over on Monday Night Raw some throughout his career, worked over on Raw some throughout his career. But look at his tremendous work on SmackDown as well. Look how he had that epic, fantastic rivalry with The Undertaker, just to name one example. How he took the championship away from The Undertaker, and they groomed and brewed that rivalry for a year, virtually. 2007 all the way to WrestleMania 24. Great work. Just look how they did that. Sure, in between, he had that rivalry with Batista as well, going through Judgment Day. That was fantastic work as well. But Edge definitely deserves to be on this list. His work with Vicky Guerrero, a little bit cheesy, but it added an extra layer to his character. Plus, when he had his lackeys, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, it did boost, it did give Zack Ryder his first start. You can't really say anything for Kurt Hawkins, really. But Zack Ryder, it did give him his first start, and Zack Ryder did have a little bit of a push, as we all know. So have to give Edge a little bit of credit for that, in my estimation. But Edge definitely deserves to be on this list. Coming in at number 2, without a doubt, deserves to be at number 2. The Dead Man, The Undertaker. You think about somebody that was a cornerstone of SmackDown throughout the years of this show. It is the Dead Man. How many rivalries he had. How he boosted up superstars' careers on SmackDown. The Undertaker took on Randy Orton, Batista, He tried to boost up Heidenreich. That was kind of unsuccessful, but it was still there. Remember the casket match, 2-on-1, both the Ortons? That awesome rivalry with him and Edge that I just got done mentioning that led to that awesome, epic Hell in a Cell where he threw Edge straight through the ring and fire came up through the ring. That was great work. Undertaker deserves to be on this list. Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, Hell in a Cell. Undertaker and Mr. McMahon, buried alive. Undertaker and Kane, buried alive. Hell in a Cell. All that work. Great, tremendous career on SmackDown. Some might disagree with this choice because he flip-flopped back and forth to Monday Night Raw. But Undertaker, definitely cornerstone of SmackDown. And when he said on SmackDown a few years back that SmackDown was his home, definitely is the truth. And coming in at number one, I think we all know what's my number one, and it's everybody's number one, really. The Rock. The Rock is number one on my list of the greatest SmackDown superstar of all time. And why wouldn't he be? The name was named after him. The show was named after him. Smackdown. Lay a smack-a-down on your Rudy Poo. You know what? The Rock, no question, throughout his career, was also a big cornerstone in this show. More so going back and forth between Raw and SmackDown, because at that time they were cross-branding their rivalries, showing up on Raw and SmackDown to do theirs. So whatever you saw on Raw, you also saw on SmackDown followed up. So that's what you saw with The Rock and Stone Cold, Triple H and The Rock, things of that nature, The Rock and Sock Connection. You saw that kind of stuff going on. So The Rock definitely deserves to be number one, plus the fact that the name that is made for him, so deserves to be number one. But that's my list. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. And let me know in the comments below your top 5 list. And tell me if you agree with my list in the comments below as well. And, of course, subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications. Much appreciated as well. And until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.